When we started overlanding, we knew that we wanted to take a dog with us for adventures. We wanted to make sure that they could get out and enjoy the same way that we did. When we got Aspen, we knew we didn't want to put him on a line all the time every time we got out. So we decided to look for a fence to get him fixed up to where he could go out and explore and enjoy too. And that's when we found the SpotOn GPS Fence. And that's what we're going to talk about today.
We don't need a destination, let's go where the river's taking us.
With the SpotOn GPS Fence, your dog can roam free within any designated area. You don't need cellular signal, you don't need the invisible fence boundaries. This thing uses GPS technology to establish your fence, and then your dog can go anywhere you go. The GPS collar is connected to your phone via Bluetooth. And when you get ready to set up your GPS fence, you can do it either three ways. The first way is you can actually walk the boundary of your fence, and that way you know exactly where those boundaries are. That's if you're close to a road or if you have an established yard. The next way is if, like us, if we pull up and we have a wider open area right here where we have a big sight line, then we can actually just go onto the map. It has a satellite imagery, and you can click the points around it and establish your fence that way. And then the third one is the quickest and probably the one that we're going to use the most. It's called the circle perimeter. Now with the circle perimeter, you turn your app on and it will show you in real time where your collar's at, and you tap circle and you can make a small circle as small as 150-foot diameter, all the way up to I think it's about a half a mile that you can make it. So you can give the dog as small or as big of a free area that you want them to roam. Everything that you need to get the system started comes in the box. It comes with the collar, and that collar is sized depending on your dog. You can get a small, medium, or large. Once you have your right size collar for your dog, then inside you have charging, you have some of the little terminals that will let your dog know when it vibrates, and then a tool to change those out for shorter hair or longer hair dogs. Once you have the collar charged and fitted to your dog, it's time to set up your fence. The GPS collar is going to fit your dog just like a regular collar. Once you get it sized and put on, it should be snug enough to where it's not going to move around a whole lot, but it still should be loose enough to where you can comfortably get a couple fingers in it. And then when it's situated correctly, the GPS emblem here is going to be pointed toward the sky. The innovative design of this collar gives your dog 4 different types of alerts to tell him when he's getting close enough to the boundary and it's time to return back into his area. One thing to keep in mind about your GPS fence is, like all other GPS systems, there is some float or variance, especially when you get around heavy tree cover, vegetation, things like that, or even around a steep hillside. And for that, you'll want to make sure that you leave about a 10-foot buffer between the GPS fence and the area that you don't want your dog to get into. At first, your dog's going to run into a boundary with a series of beeps, and this is their alert that they're getting close. After that, if they keep going farther, they're going to get a solid tone, and that's their warning tone that they're getting really close to their boundary. After the warning tone, your dog is then critically close to the fence, and that's when he gets a static vibration from the collar. If the static vibration doesn't alert your dog to turn around and come back, then you can upgrade that a little bit to a static charge, and it will give him a little bit of a jolt, and there are different levels of that you can adjust. So how big or how small of a fence can you actually do with this? The minimum size of area that you want to set this up if you're drawing your fence or walking your fence in is a half of an acre. Now, how big can you make it? You can literally make it as big as you want to because it uses GPS technology. Most people start their GPS fence training out in a known location at their home so the dog knows its surroundings. The issue with that for us is the fact that we're always going to different places. So what we want Aspen to do is learn that home is back at the truck. So what I'm going to do now is we have set up the 154-foot perimeter, and I'm going to test the fence. What it says is, while inside the fence, walk toward the fence boundary and confirm that you hear the alert and the warning tones. Continue walking and you feel the collar vibrate. So what Deb's doing is she's going to take Aspen out to the edge of the fence, and as soon as they hear the first beep, she's going to turn him around and take him back toward the truck and give him a treat. Should be coming up.
Oh boy.
After only a couple days of training, we were able to step outside of the perimeter and call Aspen. When he reached the boundary, he turned around and went right back to the truck. Good boy. And in just a few trainings, we had the comfort of allowing Aspen to explore his surroundings anytime we stopped, as long as we set up our SpotOn GPS fence. So we tried a couple different locations, and now we know for a fact that Aspen correlates the truck with home and being back to a safe place. We'll keep you updated on his progress, but if this is something you're interested in, you can go on to the SpotOn website and get one of your own. There's a discount code in the link below. Let them know that Coddiwomple sent you.